everybody. Welcome to the daily recap for March 24th, 2022. Let's take a look at what we got going on today. What we did, a couple different things. So we came out the gate bullish on the SPY. Main reason was the market filled the gap yesterday. The Qs filled the gap. IWM filled the gap. So I also tweeted out that I was bullish on the market, looking for continuation higher. This morning in the pre-market, the one thing that I said to everyone in the room was, I'm looking at semiconductors for continuation today. That's going to be the key to the market pushing. The first thing that we saw today was semiconductors push. We were really early on in NVIDIA. We grabbed the 285 calls, 295s, and 300s. We ended up getting a 1,000% trade on the 285 calls today, so another 1,000%er intra-week, which is fantastic. And then obviously the 295s, 300s went well for us. We were in them right out the gate on the breakout this morning. Main reason for getting into that was simply that flag break on the daily. It was a very simple trade. So that was great. We are also in Facebook right out the gate. Notice that it had relative strength this morning. It was holding support, that pivot, and it started to push up while things were pulling back slightly on that head fake in the morning. So we grabbed some of the 220 calls long on that, which ended up working nicely. We had some couple rolls on that, which worked out as well. So that was a good trade. Other things that we did MU 80 calls, which worked out okay. We grabbed some Qualcomm 160 calls, which didn't really do much. They kind of just stayed flat at the end of the day. Our Apple calls that we swung continued to push higher. We also grabbed 175 calls again today, which ended up going up over 100%. So that was a nice little gift at the end of the day there. Tilray, we were in 7. The news came out in regards to the cannabis names. We grabbed the 7 calls for next week, and we got 100% on those, which was good. We're also swinging them, the rest of them overnight, one fourth of those calls. As well on the option side, we did AVGO, so continuing that semiconductor theme. We grabbed the 630s, worked out nicely. Got about a point and change on those to the upside, about 70%, so not bad at all. But for the most part, we were laddering NVIDIA, we were laddering Facebook, and then we rolled Apple on the option side. There wasn't much of anything else that we took. I mean, we took some Kodak. That really didn't do much. We had the 7 calls. They basically stayed flat at the end of the day. I think it closed around $7, pretty close to it, 690 something. Yeah, so pretty close to it. Ended up not swinging those. We'll see if we get continuation there. And the last thing that we did was AMD on the call side, 120 calls. As it was breaking through the intraday high, we grabbed the 120s, and those ended up getting in the money, and we are swinging those overnight as well. So all in all, very nice on the option side. A couple other things that we did this morning. Baba, we grabbed the dip long. We played that to the upside. That was a nice trade there. We did MOS as well. We got that nice little squeeze on that. We tried some, what was the last one that we did? FCX, that's what I want to talk about. We did the 51 calls, which worked out nicely. Ended up getting up over 100% on that. Some stuff that didn't work on the option side, I talked about the Kodak. We tried square short, or the puts on this dip, and what we did is we ended up just exiting them for a little bit of a loss, like a couple cents, not much. And another one that didn't work was Oxy, 62 calls. This one ended up actually stopping us out. So that was probably the only really big negative trade for the day on that side. Spot this morning as well at 155. I'm just scrolling, guys, and looking. 155 calls, those also stopped us out this morning. But other than that, really good day on the option side. I'm happy with it. We have a couple overnights. Nothing to say from the high conviction area today. We took a couple things for next week. We'll see how they do. And then on the equity side, as always, we traded some Tesla today. That worked out nicely. We traded it in the morning, right out the gate. When it pulled back, we grabbed it long. We played it to the 24s. So that was a nice 12-point trade, 11-point trade. We also grabbed some Tesla at the end of the day on that flag break, and we got another 7-8 points on that. So that was pretty good. We had some MAPS long today. And, wasn't much of a movement, but we got about 25 cents on it, so that's pretty okay. GME, we had this long on the bounce when it reclaimed EMA support for a couple points to the upside. We traded some DWAC long for about a point and change, a point and a half, almost 2 points actually on that trade. UPST, we had this at 113.50s this morning on the dip. We got a nice little bounce into the 116 area for 2.5 points. We had some snow short, which we just scalped to the downside into the 210 area. So that worked out okay. It wasn't bad. A couple points on that. Other than that, Sava long, 40.86. We got about 50 cents on that to the upside. We had some triple L this morning at 7/16s. Sorry, not 7/16s. We had some triple L this morning on the 423 area, and we just basically sold into the fives, scalped it to the upside. mRNA, we also played this one long this morning. Right out the gate, got a nice little pop into the 82 area. We had that at 177.58. So a couple points, almost 5 points to the upside. And then we also have BKKT long. This one didn't end up working. We grabbed this morning, and we ended up just exiting that position for a loss. Not letting it stop us out, just taking it off because it failed to break out to the upside. All in all, good day. Hit rate was pretty high, which I'm happy with. 1,000% trades, laddering something like NVIDIA is always great because there's a lot of opportunity when you're doing that for just continuation on the actual name to the upside. It's much easier to manage as well because you're only staring at one thing. Your focus can be pretty dialed in. So very happy with all that stuff. Overall, we'll see what happens tomorrow. When I'm looking at the market, what do we see? Essentially, SPY is flagging on the daily to the upside. You can see on the intraday chart that downtrend did break. So we're flagging, looking for a break of that range to the upside for the next leg up. I do think the market could get a little bit of a squeeze. We get through the 450-275 area. I mean, technically 450-783 could be tested. It's a huge move, but it is possible. We also see that the mock was really big on the buy at the end of the day, which I like to see. And another name that I think is worth keeping an eye on, guys, is Tesla. It was extended today. It didn't even pull back, really. Gap extension held. This thing could get a squeeze tomorrow, I think. But you have to be, just aware of what it's doing in the morning. If it doesn't break out and push, you're probably not going to get that push to the upside just because on Tesla, they do like to have the premiums decay and basically the market makers make their money that way on the Fridays, especially when you get a big week where it had a huge move, right? So keep that in mind. Anyways, that's what we'll see what happens tomorrow. If you guys do want to come trade with us, we do trade from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern every single day. I'm streaming live the entire day. I have a bunch of other mods that pop on. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can reach out, spartantrading.com. Discord's open 24/7. We do have a swing chat as well. That is different from the live chat. It's all swing trades and investments. But yeah, if you have any questions, guys, feel free to reach out. A lot of Friday tomorrow. Excited to see what happens. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy.